Hello and welcome. You're watching Traders Next Door. I'm your host, Ed Katashabe from Forex Insights SA, and this is the Daily Scoop. This week has kicked off some renewed tensions between the two biggest global economies, the United States of America and China. And right now it is as confusing as ever. Scott Bessent, Treasury Secretary of the US, recently made headlines stating that it's up to China to help kick off the next steps in the ongoing trade negotiations that are underway, de-escalating what is right now a very contentious situation. These remarks came as a response to the fears that the negotiations between the US and China have broken down. And these were made even worse by the fact that Donald Trump claimed that he had recently spoken to Chinese President Xi Jinping in starting a renegotiation round. And just hours later, Chinese officials stated that that conversation never happened. Right now, it seems like a little high school he said, she said, I spoke to him, I don't even know him situation. And it is sparking fears that these negotiations are probably breaking down to a very critical point. Right now, it doesn't seem that the negotiations are in a point where they're going to be finalized anytime soon. And Donald Trump's current approach is having a wide-reaching consequence in the global economy right now. By imposing tariffs as high as 145% across a wide array of imports, this is having a large impact for American businesses and consumers alike. Because these tariffs are not just hitting luxury goods, but they're hitting wide parts of manufacturing, distribution, and it is affecting the international global supply chain quite a bit. So as these negotiations drag out for the long term, American companies are forced to make decisions now in order to try and stifle off some of the more negative consequences of this ongoing negotiation. Right now, most American companies are having to adjust their input costs, and this is going to disrupt supply chains for a lot of the global markets. And this is causing concerns for the future because all these changes to these supply chains are not going to be quick nor easy to correct in future once the negotiations are past us and things settle into their new normal. And what is extra concerning right now is that all of this is happening in a time where the US economy already was showing signs of slowing down. The inflation rate is not where the Fed currently wants it, and unemployment has seen some shaky numbers over the last couple months. So right now, things in the US are not as settled as the US economy would ideally want things to be. And rather than creating a clear path forward, Donald Trump's approach to things seems to be making things even more confusing. So right now, we're in a bit of a limbo state. It is really uncertain what is going to happen and how things are going to play out in the short to medium term future. Right now, it does not seem that China and the US are going to come to the negotiation table in good faith anytime soon. Right now, they're still pointing the finger at one another as to who's responsible for the delays and who is going to take the helm in moving these negotiations forward. Right now, things are still very contentious and the global markets are seeing a huge impact to this. It is not all doom and gloom, however. Other global economies have taken this period of time as an opportunity to sort of stifle up and bolster their own lines. Right now, things in Europe and the rest of Asia, such as countries like Japan, have taken advantage of this ongoing tensions between the US and China. And their economies are looking very bright and bolstering right now. And we've also seen other commodities such as gold take massive advantage. Gold hit record highs of $3,500 per ounce and looks like it might break further highs in the coming future if the ongoing tensions between the US and China continue. So there is a lot of opportunity in the markets right now. Volatility is still the name of the game. So if you want to take advantage of this volatility, go ahead and get yourself a Vault Funder challenge. You can use the code FISA to get yourself a discount off a challenge. Use the link in the description down below. Right now, there's a lot of moves being made, a lot of money that can be won in the markets right now. So as long as Xi Jinping and Donald Trump are having their war right now, a lot of moves are going to be made in the market, and this is where you can take advantage. So go ahead and get yourself a Vault Funder account today. I've been Ed Katashabe. You've been listening to Traders Next Door, and you have just heard the Daily Scoop.